Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Big E.
It's your boy Eli, a.k.a. Eagle, a.k.a. The Real Half-Pricer.
What it is, everybody? It's your boy A-Tiz, and you are now tuned in to the Rise and Grind podcast. Today we got a real special guest, the homie Darius. How you doing today, Darius?
Good, buddy. How you guys doing today?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Glad to have you on the show today.
Yep. Darius is also a vendor at Out the Box.
Yep.
For those of you that don't know.
Yep. And that's kind of the reason why we have him on the podcast today. He's been chosen. Yeah, he puts in the work, man. That's one thing that I'm ready to get into is, like, he really puts in the work.
Oh, yeah. He's like, I want to say he's the number one vendor this month, right?
Yeah,
Is that
he's always in the top five. Always in the top five.
Consistently.
Yeah.
So who are you? Tell us who you are.
Darius Maes. That is a full-time embroiderer. I also have a business, man. Maestro Embroidery. Check it out. I also Wookie bets, invest with the bets.
Nice.
I like to
Wookie.
Wookie. Can't do a Wookie.
Could I looky?
Oh,
Maybe after, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that why I'm on this couch?
Hey, you got a weird vibe when you first came and sat on that couch. Could you tell us why?
I don't know, man. There's just
Something about that.
It's like a guy
I don't know
thing.
if it's the stains or I don't know, dude.
I try to keep it clean.
Yeah, we got that couch on Craigslist. You know?
So it's already been through a lot.
Actually, I'm pretty sure we bought that couch and we had to build it. I was pissed off about it, you know?
Yeah. No, I remember.
Like, you ever bought a couch and had to build it?
Yeah. Like it comes in a small box here.
Yeah.
How does a couch fit in this box?
Dude, it was, yeah. But actually, it's been one of the best. You know why it's stained? Do you want to know what the stains are from?
Oh, I didn't even notice the stains.
Well, we flipped the cushion. Oh, we can't even flip those cushions.
No, we can't. So it actually was a babysitter for a while, you know what I mean? Like, our kids would sleep on it.
Oh, yeah.
And then we decided we're going to create a podcast room, and
Hey, man.
they're no longer allowed in here, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah, I remember for a while I would come in here and there'd just be a whole bunch of kids in here.
Yeah.
It'd be like a little daycare.
That's awesome, man.
I mean, that's what happens when you run a family,
Business.
family-ran business. You got to, kids
I
get
would always
sick.
come in here and shut off the lights and then dip out.
Yeah. Ernesto's here. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So tell us more about your Instagram page. What do you do on it? What do you focus on?
I focus on for collectors, not just to have, buy something. Because anyone could go out, buy Pokemon cards, buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards, buy sports cards.
Yeah.
You get lost in that, and you could also lose a lot of money, right?
Oh, yeah. We've
So
all
my
done.
main focus is, especially when I am a vendor at Out the Box, I'm bringing in things that are either going to bring in value now to the collector or value down the road. You could keep my product sealed. You could keep it. You could open it. Either way, you're going to pull something good.
Yeah.
I can't guarantee it, but that's Konami for Pokemon promoting that part, right? So that's what I like. I like people to, and when they're collecting, I want them to grow and gain value.
Yep.
I don't want them
Like
just
an
to,
investment.
Yes, exactly. And that's where I like to say invest with the bets. You know?
Nice.
That's cool. I never knew about that, man.
Yeah. That's why I love his attitude and his mindset, because it's not all about the dollar bill.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I'm bringing a product to the customer that's an investment, not just a purchase in a sense.
And one thing I could tell you is he could adapt. So
Oh, yeah.
the one thing I remember signing him. I remember him and your buddy came in
Yeah.
the first month we were open, and I signed him the 2 shelves, or it wasn't 1 shelf. You shared a shelf, right?
So here, let's get to that story. So where were you guys located at first? Where's that?
The other shop was over there off
104th.
104th and Pecos-ish.
Yeah. So I stumbled across it, saw the Batman Funko logo, right?
Yeah.
And then me and my buddy, he's one of my employees right now.
Yeah.
So I manage a hockey shop as well, and I also created my own business, embroidery. It's called Maestro Embroidery.
Okay.
That's my last name, Maes.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing. Mostly everything I like to do is going to be amazing, man. So,
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
You know,
I like it. I like
check
it.
out this hat. I'll have these coming out this Halloween.
Yeah, dude, and I've been noticing
Got some Freddies.
some pretty cool designs pop up at Out the Box.
Yeah.
In case you haven't been in there lately, check out the Godzilla case.
Yeah.
There's a
Some
couple.
fire.
Yeah, there's some fire hats in there right now.
Yeah, man, and that's the thing. A lot of stuff's gonna be limited. Like, I just want to do one-offs and have fun with it, create my own line. Like, it's just fun artwork on a canvas, and you know, and you guys can rock with it. That's
and that's one.
And that's what you guys do here at DTF, and you guys do a great job at that. Like, look at I just took a step walking around, dude. This is a big beast, man.
You never been here before either.
I never have. No.
What was your first impression walking into the warehouse?
Oh, this is awesome, dude. You got 4 embroidery machines right next door, dude. Oh man. Workhorse.
Yeah.
So did you know about DTF before you came to DTF?
Yeah, so I knew about it, and I want to go through and get some shirts because after seeing that,
yeah.
So when you first walked in here, right? You probably didn't know what kind of operation we had, right?
No, so didn't know what was going on. Walked in, pretty straightforward. Like, even if I didn't know embroidery, they got great logos, great everything right presented to you on the wall. You got a wall of hats, tells you your price, pretty flat, and you're like, okay, as a customer, that's great. That's something simple. That's something you want.
Yep.
And that's what they're bringing along, and that's why I joined this team, because we want to bring that to people.
Yep.
And
so then you walked into the warehouse. What did you think?
Oh, dude, it's big. It's
we're no Mickey Mouse operation, right?
No, dude, it's hectic, man. They got a bunch of issues going on, and me running machines of my own, I understand that. And so
how many issues did you hear this morning?
I mean, I got here at 9. We didn't really get started until about an hour and a half later, man, because they had to take care of business, and business comes first, and because without that, they won't be able to supply that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's part of the beast, and you being in the game, I mean, stuff happens. You just got to deal with it, and but if you let it define your day, like I told you, I was like, dude, this is a bad day. Yeah, and I almost was like, I don't even want to record.
Yeah. There was all hell broke loose for like good 15, 20 minutes, I would say. And like everybody was just like, what do we do? Like, everything's going wrong. It's not a good day. Plus, we have the podcast,
Dude, it's stressful, and I've been here since 6:00 this morning.
Yeah, and it was just a stupid software update, really. Like that's all it was. Is like
it's always something simple.
It's always something
simple.
Yeah.
And props to you guys, man. You kept your chill. And most people in that situation, what do? They walk out the door and like, I don't want to deal with this.
I was ready. I was like, I don't even want to.
Well, what I've noticed in those situations, people turn on each other.
Yeah, that's
friends, family. Like it's true, they do. I mean, you've probably been in that situation working in the embroidery shop.
Yeah.
When you hit those deadlines and people,
they ain't coming out the right way.
Yeah, people, they tend to turn on each other in a stressful situation, which I tried not to do ever,
Oh, you guys great,
Yeah.
Now, look, got the machine back running. So nice work.
We're good. So how'd you get started in embroidery?
Embroidery, man. So I went full-time, started over at the ice rink, Highland Hills. Ice Center at the Promenade. Went over there, and it took me about 6 months. And then next thing you know, man, I'm getting trained on that machine right away. I get sent to school.
So the machine was already there.
Machine was there.
Okay, nobody was using it, or was
no one was using it. The manager that before then was going to be the higher up. So I went to that spot like, hey, I'd like a full-time job because been hustling and doing part-time. I wanted to be rewarded,
Yeah, for sure.
So he's like, okay, I could get you that. A few things, bumps in the road before I got to that, but then March came of 2017, and then I was presented full-time.
Nice.
They were like, hey, you got to learn this machine. Sent me to school, and dude, I was terrified. Like, I would be like, I'm the guy that if he never left, I would have been like, hey, man, like, can you show me? Like, you want to show me real quick? And and then you sit back and have them do it, right? Slowly.
And I remember that same class. I went to that same class you went to, that embroidery class.
Yeah.
We all went to it.
I did too, twice.
You flunked it?
And I flunked twice.
Yeah, he's on mount.
You didn't even know you could flunk, right?
No.
Yeah, he flunked twice, dude.
Dude, I still don't know how to embroider. I own 4 machines, and I cannot embroider one.
Dude, it's an art, man. It's
for one, I'm not good with people with accents, and our trainer both times it was the same guy.
Yeah,
and a heavy
and he's
accent.
a soft spoker.
Speaker. And I couldn't. I was like, dude, I can't.
And this is COVID, so he has a mask on too.
Oh, okay. You got
So I came like you're a student, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Showed up,
Ready to
notebook,
learn.
pen, ready to learn.
I'm gonna tell you really what pissed Eli off. He gets there, he's not late, but there's other people in the room already sitting down with their notebooks, chairs. He don't have a chair,
dude.
Like I could already tell.
And the room was like this big.
The room's this size,
for
and it's
four
like
of us.
four people, no AC, nothing like that.
Yeah.
And the dude gets there, and he realizes right away he's not gonna have a chair.
Yep.
And he's like, he was done that moment. I seen it in his
That
eyes
second,
because I try
like,
to accommodate him. I try to find a chair for him, but I'm like, dude, like I have 5 chairs in the whole building.
Yeah.
Like,
So guess how many chairs are here at DTF?
yeah.
Probably about 75, right? Dude,
Yeah.
Hey, man.
I see them on the yard sale pages, and I'm like, I'm buying that chair. I'm buying that chair. But anyway, so back to, so when did you transfer from your full-time job embroidery to doing your own embroidery?
Dude, it's just this year, honestly.
Okay.
Nice,
So
nice.
it's taken a while.
So how many years?
It's been full-time 7 years now. And
Wow.
it took me this long to be like, hey,
Dude, that's
man,
important, dude. That's important to hear that
like-
because a lot of people think it happens overnight.
you know, and you
Took
get
7
in
years.
a rut, dude, because you get the full-time job, right? So this is where I'm the best of both worlds right now, because you've even said it, like, I want your gig, like,
Yeah.
you know,
I've said
because
this multiple times.
you know, because I'm full-time, and the benefits, like the luxury, you know, everything people want out of the full-time job.
What's benefits?
Dude, exactly, man. See? But then you got me who's starting my own business now and working, you know, at the toy shop. I'm on the verge of going away from all the benefits and everything,
Yep.
man. But here's
It's hard.
the thing. It is hard, all right? And so it also took that long to, you know,
Get to
'cause
that
you see,
point.
man,
yeah.
because I hopped in, man, and those sales went $100,000 more.
Yeah.
Even the guy before, he's like, I don't know what he's doing in there, you know, but
Yeah. And
You know, so then-
and you feel like they value you, what you're bringing into the business, or you feel, is that a reason
So-
why you're going off?
so when I first started, the main reason I was
I
like,
mean, and it also, if you don't want to answer that question,
Yeah.
because I don't know if you're still, you know what I mean? It's okay.
I'm not worried.
Okay.
I'll answer that because
Okay.
so
We don't want you to leave here and then be like, man, I don't have a job anymore. You know what I mean? No,
my
because of-
benefits.
yeah, my benefits got
are
taken
gone.
after that
Oh,
podcast. Sorry,
I mean,
go
but
ahead.
I guess when you're talking anything, right? It's
Yeah.
promoting anything. So hey,
Yeah.
but so. Like, you know, when you're first starting off, you're saying, okay, I could do this, right? So
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
proving to yourself and you're getting, you know, the paychecks. You're like, oh,
Yeah, yeah.
cool. You're happy. And then next thing you know, it's 5 years later. I was staying there 5 years because you get a movie poster with your face on it.
Oh,
If you
shit.
stay 5 years, right?
Nice, nice.
I was like, dude,
that's
sign
the
up.
goal.
I don't
Yeah,
care. You know,
yeah.
I'm getting that.
I'll make
So-
you one today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's right. I got my movie poster. I'm like, all right. So I've had the same 5 employees for my whole career
Yeah,
that I've
yeah.
been there, dude. That's insane. Not many people. They come
Yeah,
and
no,
go, right?
turnaround's
Yeah.
always crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
If that says anything about like my respect and how people are with me,
Yeah.
that shows, you know, because I don't talk. I let people
Yeah.
let my actions show.
Exactly.
I got this movie poster.
How big is it, by the way?
It's
Oh, okay.
Decent.
very solid, right?
Yeah.
I got my face on it. I got the 4 blonde bombshells from Austin Powers with my guys'
Oh, nice,
faces on
dude.
it.
Oh, yeah, oh,
So
yeah.
I got the Darius Powers
So
movie.
if I go down there, I could see this. Is this something I could see, or is
It's
it?
in my office, man. So I'm there.
Okay,
Yeah, dude.
okay.
Just
I
come
might
and
have
ask
to
me.
come.
Take us a
Stop by.
good picture and we'll throw it
Yeah,
in.
throw it into the
so
clip
people
of
can
the-
see what
Absolutely.
you
Yeah.
worked 5 years for.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, absolutely. Yeah. And so, you know, let my guys get rewarded too. You know, they've been there a long time. But then, you know, it becomes like, hey, like, you know, you get a 6% raise. Like, good job.
Yeah,
Makes
yeah.
you feel like, oh, sweet. I did something, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, but then you hear, oh, everyone else got 6%. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
man, you guys are good at, you know, making people feel
Yeah,
important.
feel good.
but, you know, and then it becomes like, all right, I can see the value in myself now,
That's awesome.
which I, you know, didn't see because you're promoting. They want me to bring in people like, hey, bring in business, embroidery. I did that. I've got companies. I got different people coming through me. And then, because I'm the only one that runs that machine.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
I'm
have a team.
And I'm sure you got your regulars like I do that only want to come through you.
Yeah,
They wouldn't,
exactly.
if somebody else was there tomorrow, they wouldn't go to them.
No, because you build that relationship and trust with people, you know, and you know, because you guys understand, you gotta move things quick. People want things now. People don't want to wait.
Oh yeah.
And like that's my mindset too, and that's what I've been doing. Like
that's always been my secret sauce is speed.
Yeah.
You know, that's since the beginning of
the turnaround time.
It's always been 24 to 2 days.
Yep.
And this was back when we could get the blanks here in Colorado. Now it's not. We have to ship them. But I used to have the fastest turnaround here in Colorado, and that was where all my business came from, is that turnaround, you know?
Yeah. And that's the thing. You get that beast going, but then, you know, you're also bringing in a lot more customers, too. So then you were able to do things in a day. Now you have to do two just because of the amount of people you guys are bringing in. So that's where, you know, as you're building this beast, that's where people got to understand, too, that's going to happen. Like, and, you know, but...
And that's one thing that I guess we were talking about earlier. Like I said, as you're progressing, make sure you're utilizing every outlet that you have at possible. Like I said, on eBay and everything, don't forget to list what you're producing on eBay. You know, start a Shopify, start an Etsy, start a Macari. Like, make sure you're utilizing all that at the same time you're utilizing what's in front of you too. Because that's important in the long run. Because me personally, I fell off of that kind of in a sense. I started focusing way more on this thing when I could have slowly kept putting pennies into that machine.
Yeah, exactly. Because at one point we were killing on Etsy and eBay.
Yep.
It's just
this a beast. The shop became a bigger beast than what
it's almost like we needed another person to hire just to list.
Yeah.
Which we did.
Understand the concept of it in a certain sense.
I get that too, man. I had sell on eBay as well. So like, you know, like I'm putting toys in at the shop. Yep. I got, you know, working that 40 hours that you have to. Because, you know, they also, you know, like, so you want to ask about the value? Let me ask you this, right?
Yeah.
This is where I'm at okay, I could see like me you're making it easy for me to create my own beast, you know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's say you work 39.95 hours.
Yeah, yeah.
And they take 0.05 out of your vacation, PTO. But if you work over 40, do you get anything?
Yeah.
No. Yep. So I'm like, oh, man, you guys nickel and diming that stuff?
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that 6% raise.
No.
I'm the numbers guy, right?
Yeah.
So what does that 6% raise come out at the end of the year, right? Minus your taxes, minus, you know, Colorado now has that stupid employee tax that they take out for your health, whatever, in case something happens, right? So you're getting taxed on that 6%. So what are you making? Maybe a couple $100 extra a year?
Oh, yeah, dude. And that's the thing. I've been there, 7 years? I got 6% raise. The rest are at least
3. And then with inflation, it's like that 6% don't even like...
Right, now you're $5 a gallon of milk. You're paying $4 for, you know, gas. So where's that 6%? You ain't seeing that 6%.
Yeah.
No.
And that's the beast of working for... But you got benefits.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fantastic.
6% and some benefits,
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
And you got like dental, vision, and all that.
Yeah. So, you
That's
know,
awesome.
but...
Do you use it? Because I had this conversation with Anthony a while back.
That's exactly what I was just thinking, dude.
That's where it's like, everyone's like, oh, they love it because it's the potential, the what ifs, right? But because it's scary. Like when you have a bunch, you know, the kids, you guys know, or like, I don't, you know, because I'm not part of that world, right?
Yeah.
But it is pricey, dude. It's more expensive than...
Oh, no, I worked at a company for 13 years, dude, and I at the end of my 3 years is when I started using my benefits. So within 10 years, I'd never utilized that shit when I could have utilized it. Like I would have a nice ass girl right now.
Yeah, dude.
Like they would give me money, but like I said, it's right now I don't have that.
Yeah.
It's you know.
And
I found workaround for like vision. I mean, you can find like, I go to America's Best, you pay $100 for 3 years and you get 2 eye exams a year.
That's amazing.
I mean, even benefits don't even, you know what I mean?
No, I just went to America's Best, and it's not in my network, so I think I spent just $300 on just the test, So.
And I found cheap glasses.
At that point,
you know, $50 for these. You know what I mean? I buy four pairs a year because of how cheap they are.
I need to get on that boat.
Yeah.
See. There's ways you could work around it and realize, okay, it's not that, you know.
Yeah, you're not losing out on that much. Yeah, if you're just if you're staying at a job for just the benefits, I mean, I guess unless you have a big family and...
I mean, if you're like a government job,
Yeah,
I think the benefits for a government job are a lot better than a normal. You know what I mean? Because government they cover a lot. Yeah. Maybe that would be worth it, but
then it becomes that: is it worth it? Do you like staying stuck on the hamster wheel?
Yeah,
because that's what I call it.
That's the question you have to ask yourself.
Mm-hmm. And like, it's built for people, and it's like how you guys had in your one interview or one podcast. It's not for everyone, and the people that do it, like, stay there, dude. Take advantage of it. It's fantastic. Like, however, I'm tired of the hamster wheel. Yeah. Like, it's because there's no growth. There's not. Is it scary? Sure, but what isn't scary that you can,
So that's what I learned is you got to kind of put yourself in a position where you're uncomfortable to actually grow.
Yes.
And so that's something I do. It's like I constantly do this with myself. Is I put myself somewhere that I don't feel comfortable necessarily, and I grow. Mm-hmm. That's like really the key to it, Yeah.
Yep.
But if you stay just on that hamster wheel consistently, you're just, to me, that's not a way to live.
Yeah, if you're being fed every day, like it's, but if you're out on your own, like,
you got to feed yourself.
What are you going to do? That's where
I posted something, like we've been busy here, crazy busy. I've been working a lot of hours, just trying to keep up. And it seems like no matter how many hours I'm working, I wake up and it's like I did nothing the day before.
Yeah.
But you can't complain about the food on your plate when your goal was to eat.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So we just take it as it is, and like you saw today, I'm stressed out.
Yeah.
I went to bed last night at 2 and I, said, man, babe, I'm stressed. She's like, why? I was like, I could just see my phone. Beep, 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 order. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, maybe I should just go to work now.
Yeah.
He would too.
And I would, and I do it.
Because you can't sleep because you're like, you got things to do. Like,
she got pissed off at me. She rolled over and was like, good night.
Yeah, whatever.
Like, damn, you know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
So I slept a few hours, got up and, came here. But yeah, when you got to hustle yourself, I think you work harder.
Oh, yeah.
You
do.
And you're 10 times harder on yourself too.
Oh, yeah.
When there's times you shouldn't be, because you are putting in that work. You are doing what needs to be done. It just takes time. Everything takes time.
Yeah, because there's countless times where I feel guilty that I'm not doing enough.
No, every day. I'm like that at least 10 times a day, dude. Every day I'm like that.
Last night, I didn't even go to bed till like 11 or so.
Yep.
It's just because I felt like there was something I had to do.
Yeah.
I just couldn't remember what it was.
Yeah, no, same way.
So I'm,
same way, dude.
Trying to find work to do.
Yep. And that's what's crazy too, and that's just business-wise. That's not even on top of personal life.
Yep, exactly.
Because then that's a whole nother beast of itself, is the personal life.
Yeah.
The girl, the kids, the rent, the bills, all that other stuff.
Yep.
So when now you're embroidering yourself, you bought your own machine?
I did.
Okay.
I have my own machine in my basement.
Congratulations.
And I remember.
So is that used or is it brand new?
So used.
Okay.
And I remember him coming to me. He came to me and asked me. I remember that day, And
What'd I ask you?
You asked me, "Do you think this is a good decision if I got into this? Like, how do you feel about this?" I'm like,
well, hold on. Let's rewind, because you came to me.
Yeah, I came to you before that. Actually.
Before he went to you.
That was before he came to me.
Okay, so I never knew about you.
Yeah.
Don't take that personal.
No. We're on our own boats.
I'm in their world, but I'm not always, in their world. And so he came to me and said, "Hey, I know this guy, and he embroiders for the ring. And what do you think if we bring him in?" I was like, "Dude, I'm all for it." We spent a good amount of money on those 4 machines. You know the price of machines.
Yeah.
Right? And we bought them brand new.
Yeah, so the new ones too, because we just at the, work, they just got an upgrade too, so.
They sit there. We don't have time to push them like they need to be pushed, right? And I'm like, bring him in. And my daughter, mind you, she embroiders. Mm-hmm. And I was like, if we bring you in, she's going to be pissed.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I was like, it's either we throw all that money down the drain, right? And I've been telling him this for, 6-7 months? Yeah. Hey, we need embroidery to start paying for embroidery. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
You do, yeah.
Like, I can't have DTF covering embroidery bills. You know what I mean? And so I tell that to him, and I know it puts stress on him. Now he's thinking, oh, shoot.
Yeah.
And so he's like, hey, I'm going to bring him in. And I'm like, do it. Let's do it. I'll fight with my daughter, to figure out how you guys are, you know what I mean? And I think I asked, I was like, hey, what happened, dude? You know?
Yeah, just like a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah, I was like, where is this guy? Like, I thought we were, you know? And he's like, oh, he started his own thing. And I'm like, all right, cool. So then we shifted, you know? And I'm glad you started your own thing. Like, more power to you, you know? And actually, we kind of then we shifted and we're like, all right, now we're going to do something different to get our embroidery really vamped up.
Yeah. And it's nothing like now that like that's like decisions to be made at that point too.
Yeah,
like for me, because it's like, you know, like don't get me wrong, I'll help you guys too.
Yep.
Help you grow. But it's like,
well, that's a cool part is we all have the same machine. We could like network.
And that's what's going to make it.
Oh, so you got a
even
Melco
more,
too?
Yeah, that's
a
what's going to
Melco.
make it even better.
Yeah.
Dude.
Nice.
That's what's going to make it even better.
And we're all for that. I mean, we're all about growing not just ourselves, but everybody around us.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and I think that's why we continue to grow is because we're always throwing out a helping hand. You know what I mean?
no, and absolutely, man. And like
So,
the potential of all this is, you know, you
Oh,
guys,
Nice.
I mean, to have a network, like almost like a network of self contractors.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be the amazing route to go with it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And if you get a massive job and you're like, hey, you know, you have one machine, right?
yeah.
Yeah, and you're like, hey, I can't do this with my one, you know.
Yeah.
Work something out, you come and use ours.
Come knock it out with the 4.
Yeah, I mean, Ernesto already does that too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, his, you know,
Yep.
his shop, you know, sometimes they just have so many that they got to come and use our machines, which I'm good, you know. Like I said, we need to get those used. And so we're all about, you know, let's help each other out kind of
Yeah.
thing.
So like financially, because you said you've been embroidering yourself for how long? A couple months now?
Yeah.
So financially, have you received your investment of the machine yet?
At this moment, we're in the progress of it.
Of it,
That's
right?
what we're doing. You know?
So
Yeah.
did you pay this machine in full, or was it like something you
Leased.
financed, or how was it?
I paid it in cash.
Oh,
I
that's even
bought it.
better. That's even better.
Just-
So that's what
It's
I mean.
that out the box money he paid for it.
Right,
Ah, see, man?
right.
Thanks, you guys.
So you embroider and then you also sell at Out the Box. Let's touch on Out the Box, right?
Yeah.
So you said you went to the first shop that they helped at, right? Well, what made you say, okay, I'm going to start selling?
Well, so it was at the first shop where they were at. I think I may have ran into, maybe glimpsed at Biggie.
Yeah.
Chit chat a little bit with Etiz, but I think maybe saw the original guy that you guys had chit chatted with. But and then next thing you know, you guys weren't there anymore.
Yeah. Did you talk to somebody about renting space out potentially, or?
I just kind of scoped it out. I just kind of went and
Gotcha.
checked out the area because, you know, kind of didn't know what was going on, you know, what I was doing either. At the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
A little
about that.
nervous because honestly, I was nervous walking into that store to begin with. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't really. I mean, it just looked amazing from what I seen online,
Mhm.
and I'm like, I was discouraged walking in there, and I'm like, I want to be part of this shop somehow, but how could I get in here?
Mm-hmm.
And so I remember I felt the same way, kind of walking in there, you know.
Yeah, and that feeling I got when I walked into your guys' actual shop.
Yeah.
When you moved to the one by Planet Tees.
Yeah.
And that's when I came with my buddy. And then that's where I think I talked with you at first.
Yeah. I
Yep.
believe so. Yeah.
And then I just was like, hey, like, how does this work? Kind of, you know, want to try and sell some stuff. And I started at a small little shelf, eventually worked to a little bigger shelf, and then now.
So when you started like a 50-50 with the person, or was it kind of your own shelf?
It was my own shelf, and then my buddy got his shelf.
Okay, yeah.
He
Okay,
sold
so-
the,
okay,
he did
okay.
Funkos, and then I did like cards.
Yeah, that's what. Okay.
So why cards?
And growing up, man, that's what I collected, and like so
You seen the need for it, the market.
the need and like so honestly, like the beast kind of got created because so I remember my dad got hustled because he wanted to give me some Exodia from Yu-Gi-Oh, the 5 pieces, right?
Yeah.
So I was collecting, and this was when Yu-Gi-Oh started to get hot again, 2013 roughly, maybe 2010. Man, it's been so long. Anyways, he went to a card shop, got an Exodia set, right? Gave it to me. I was like, oh, I was happy. I was like, thanks, man. You know, but I looked at the condition. I was just like, dude. Like,
Yeah,
dude, like
really bad.
And
They were pocket cards.
dude.
Yeah.
And I was like, how much
washed
did
a
you
couple
pay?
times?
I asked
Yeah.
him, right? He paid $100 and something bucks. And I was like, dude, like they hustled him.
Yeah,
and we saw that set. We've sold that Exodia set multiple times at Out the Box, right?
Dude, and that's why, like, I'm so, like, when you guys bring in your cards, dude, like, I'm
Yep.
Looking at
precise
them. Yeah,
with them,
looking at
man,
them.
because, you know, I don't want to sell, like, garbage because I don't,
Yep.
I see the effects it has.
He's
and-
always looking at scratches on the face of the card, the edges. I always watch him do this. And but tell me this, that Exodia set, how much did we sell that set for out the box?
Dude,
Normal.
and we got a normal, clean version. Again, don't get me wrong, it's been printed so many times now. However, we sold it for, I think, $35.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a new one in there that's first editions. That's, you know,
but
kind of up there,
that's
but
what
it's
like
clean.
kind of started you.
Yeah,
was
dude,
that
so I was like-
transaction was like, all right, well, I'm diving into this.
You're almost like a superhero of the card game, dude. You're like,
Yeah.
I'm making sure nobody else gets got.
Well,
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
he's,
man.
he's fighting crime.
Yeah.
We don't even know it, you know?
Yeah.
And
Saving little kids.
don't get me wrong, like we have some older school cars that a little bit more beat up, but it's those ones still have the value because people want them for their binders, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ever come in the shop, you don't like a price, feel free to ask too, because you know don't be
Don't tell me that.
well, except half price.
Yeah.
Mr. Half Price.
So you've been with out the box for about 2 years now, right? Was it 2021 or was it 2020 when you signed up?
It's been closer to 3 years.
Three, 4,
Was it?
yeah.
Around there?
Because he,
Right when you guys opened
yeah,
up.
he,
it was
he signed the
2020.
first month. He signed the first month we opened. You know?
Yeah.
I remember loading them up. I remember opening the case and you either had the top shelf or the second shelf under it.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember there was I think there was some like McDonald's toys or something like that. There was some cool stuff. There was just some vintage, some random vintage, which he still sells. You still sell a lot of vintage stuff.
Yeah, man, I kept stuff sealed. Like I got 2002
Yeah.
Hot Wheels. I kept sealed as a kid. I kept, you know, like I
And,
So-
and-
crazy.
and you just learn what sells. Like anybody else that's there, you know, you kind of figure out what is hot and what's not.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
man.
that's why he's on top of it.
Oh, yeah.
He's on top of
And,
it.
like, you could easily go buy anything, right?
Yeah.
That's where it's pretty. Like you want it on your shelf, right? You want to be clean looking. You want
Yep. Nice and minty.
Well,
Traction.
that was one of the things when I got into the other shop on 104th. When I first became a vendor over there, I started paying attention to what people were asking for and what people were actually buying. And I kind of just gave up on what I was trying to sell at the time and focused more on what people wanted. And so that was kind of a key to my success vending there, you know?
Yeah, no, exactly. And that's the thing too. So like the first year you made X amount compared to what you're making this year.
oh, dude, like
Big difference, right?
big difference. Like, give you an example. Like my first, I remember I walked away with a $38 paycheck for a
Yeah,
month,
yeah.
and I think that paid my rent.
Yeah.
Yeah, paid the rent for the shelf.
So with that being said, would that discourage you and discourage the guy you came in with to sell as well? Because like obviously, you're not going to pull in that $3,000 check off bat.
No.
You know, something you got to work towards. You know, but was that discouraging in the beginning, getting that $38 check when knowing your rent is $30 or what was it at the time, like $30 bucks?
Yeah, it was $30 for rent.
$30. You know, so you profited $8. Maybe you even lost some money.
Yeah, because you gotta buy. You
you gotta buy more
in there,
stuff.
you know. And so it was discouraging, and it's kind of like, man, like you know, you have a bunch of stuff. Like you guys see what I'm bringing in, you
Yeah.
know. Like I got totes of full stuff, but and but that's the thing. If you get discouraged and you back out, you quit, and then guess
Exactly.
what? End of the day, who do you have to sleep with at night? It's not your wife.
Yeah.
It's not. It's you.
Yeah.
You end of the night, you can't sleep. Why?
I like to sleep with my wife mostly though, but you know.
Hey, I do too, right?
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
when you wake up and
Yeah.
you're like, "Fuck, she's asleep. Who am I with right now? I'm with me."
Yeah,
Yeah,
you and your
you
You know,
thoughts.
there we go. So, and if you quit, that's something you have to face the rest of your
Yeah,
days.
that's on you. That's on you.
yeah.
That's 100%. That's a good way to look at it. I never really looked at it.
Well, it's like being
Like,
a
broke it
cheater,
down,
right?
yeah.
In anything, you know, you cheat in business or whatever, right? You're only cheating yourself.
You are.
Right? Nobody else. And then our philosophy is we don't want to be the first ones to the bottom, right?
Yeah.
So we take it slow, step by step. We don't try to, we're crawl and then we walk and eventually we'll be running.
Yeah.
But, we definitely don't want to, cheat ourselves and you only cheat yourself.
You really do, and
Yeah.
that's
It doesn't affect anybody else but you.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's a good philosophy.
And I could tell you this, that I have no regrets in my life. Like, I do what I want. I wake up every day, and if I want to start a business or if I want to become a DJ, we talked about this multiple times. I just do what I want.
Yeah.
I don't live for that regret, because that regret will eat you away.
Exactly.
Yeah, you know?
And that's where, do I regret my past? No, because it's helped me be to who I am today. And so now we'll see where, and that's where I don't want to live with regrets, because there's no way to live.
Yeah, the sky's the limit, and only you can determine,
Absolutely.
So where do you find all the stuff you bring in to sell?
Dude, so honestly, anyone could go find it. It's not hard. Like, you go to Walmart, you go, like, any store I go to, I look around, and, like, you can find something that's going to appeal to someone. That's not saying, I'm going to go buy it and go flip it for double the money. Like, don't get me wrong. I will hold on to sets because of the value I know it will have in years. Because...
And I've seen him multiple times pull stuff out his case, because he's like, the value's going to go up on this.
Yeah, got to put it back.
Like, I'm going to put this back for a little bit. Like, I've seen this happen before.
But how? How do you know that?
Dude, I just know. I listen to my instinct. I listen to my gut. I go with that.
I like getting into conversations with D on stuff like that. Like, how can you tell? Like, because history we talk about the history of it, just different trends that happen, anniversaries that are coming around. There's certain ways you can fish it out, in a sense.
Movies coming out.
And I love getting in conversation with him at the shop about that.
History does repeat itself, man. Like, it's crazy. It's unfortunate. And don't get me wrong, doesn't mean you're gonna be right all the time. Like, dude, yes, ask my buddy. I've made mistakes. Don't get me wrong. Don't let all this success build up. I went and spent $2,000 at the mall on random bullshit, Funkos, things I did not know, just because it had a sticker on it. Yeah. And I was like, oh, these are gonna go up in value. Yeah. Did it? Dude, no. I think I sold those Funkos for $5. And I'm like, dude, I just, you know what I mean? But I had to do that.
To learn.
To know, like, hey, man, like, stick with what you know. And, like, an example, like.
Otherwise you go broke.
Yeah, dude, there's these Yu-Gi-Oh boxes that came out in 2020, Toon Chaos, first editions only. They sold out quick. They didn't do a second wave of it. One wave. I remember, I couldn't sleep, dude. I hardly had any money. I was like, dude, I need to get some of these. I was like, these are going to shoot up. I spent $400.
Were you telling me about these at one point, too?
Yeah, dude.
You were telling everybody about these.
Yeah, because I was just one. You have those moments, man. Like, I spent $400 on 5 boxes, and that was the last one. I couldn't find any more for that price, sold out. And then I think I moved those boxes for at least $300 plus.
Yeah, dude.
Just sealed because of my instinct and what to go off of.
I sure hope history repeats itself, because I'm sitting on 10, 15, I mean, I don't know, $10,000 worth of Pokemon cards that, anything I do 100%. My wife hates it. Met these guys. Pokemon was the thing. Mm-hmm. So I camped, I dove hardcore, and now I have boxes and boxes and boxes of Pokemon.
What sets?
The 25, was it? What anniversary just
25th?
happened?
The 25th anniversary.
Yeah. Yes.
So, but I hate Pokemon because of that now.
Dude,
I'm so over Pokemon that because of, how hard I dove into it, and the community's kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say, but some of the Pokemon people are a little harsh. You know what I mean? I'm like, dude, I just started, but maybe they just, I'm not that likable of a guy anyways, but, I dove hard. He's all, yep.
Hey, but here's the thing, though, but Pokemon, like I said, we talked about this before, but that community is really tight. So if you don't know your shit, they're going to call you out on it.
And
that too.
So that's like, and the community's the community, and like, that's where I've never been, like, even when I was in the card stuff, I never got into any of the communities, and I'm still probably a nobody in the community. I just like to look at cards.
You're just a personal collector.
Yeah, man, and here's the thing too: you can get lost in all the sets. You can lose a lot of money, because think about it: Pokemon's always doing something, like every month, every something, right? You have to at least pick 3 or 4 sets out of the year that you think, that have the.
And how many piles of cards do we have at the shop that are like 10-cent cards, 5-cent cards?
Dude, and that's where I like to bring that to people because I want kids like
they love those.
10-cent cards, build a little collection. Dollar cards, $3 hollows. Like
I've seen kids build binders out of those cards. It's amazing,
And that's what I like
for
to see.
For like $10, a binder full of Pokemon cards or Yu-Gi-Oh cards for $10.
Yeah. And like the binders we like to make too, like those. We like to give get a kid something that they could start off with, like more bang for your buck, dude. Like it's fun to see. That's where I like to see, helping the kids out, helping them grow, and seeing how they have fun with it, and that's the best part too.
And then you could find Darius out the box usually Fridays and Sundays, right?
Yeah, Fridays 11 to 2.
And that's when we buy Pokemon.
Oh, so you work there too then?
So I'm doing 11 to 2, and then Sundays I'm there. And then
so we set up there to buy.
Yeah.
So I don't know enough about Pokemon, and I don't really have the focus to go through each card.
Okay.
And so we made a deal with Darius where he runs the whole card department. Like, he prices everything, he gets it in, he looks at it.
So if you want to sell, go in on Fridays.
Fridays and Sundays out the box.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Well, whenever history repeats itself, you'll see me there because I'm selling it all.
Oh, dude, I will help you sell it on eBay so you get more bang for your
Here's
buck.
the thing:
dude.
is like you just need to become a vendor.
No,
no
it's
rent.
Too much. It's too much. It's too. I've tried that. You know what I mean?
But not with Pokemon.
Yeah, not with Pokemon.
Yeah.
And
I
don't know, dude. It's a beast, dude.
Yeah,
that's why I'm happy we have him.
I don't want anything to do with that. I'm going to
dude.
sell it all as one big lot.
Just wait another 10 years.
Away. Yeah,
another 10 years. You'll be.
I mean, I have my garage, dude. I mean, I'm telling you, those big black and yellow bins.
Yeah, that's tough.
I mean, it takes up half my garage of how much I bought.
Yeah, man.
I asked him, I'd come with thousands of dollars at a time, and we would just order, because then I was like, oh, well, I might as well sell too.
And then we started ordering through manufacturer.
Yeah.
And it just got out of control.
Yeah, way out of control.
Well, it happened last time when I ordered a big order, and then it just was way too much. I just keep adding it to my cart, and then it all ships at once.
Yeah.
And then I'm stuck with like $4,000 worth of Pokemon product.
Right.
But tell us about losses real quick. I mean, you said that you spent about $2,000 in Funkos that you couldn't sell. But what's the biggest loss you ever took in this business?
Biggest loss, man, is you're losing out on time. Time from family.
That was a great answer.
Because it's not the money and everything. Like you can easily get that back, right? So
it's all about the time.
That's
how I got into this situation, is donating my time.
And honestly,
didn't have the money at the time.
That's where you see the big beast that you have, and you're like, man, I have to dedicate 40 hours of my week to this, and I'm like, dude, like this is a bigger beast, like so that's why I'm on that little walkboard of.
And one thing I want to tell you guys is it was a cool experience with Darius from the beginning. Like he's always been a solid vendor, but I have a lot of respect for him because he came up to me and Anthony one day and he's like, I want to sit down and have a conversation and I want to grow. And not too many people they don't go that route, to grow with somebody. They usually just expect, something. And
that's a 3-year relationship right there. It took 3 years to come to that point.
And I remember the day he's like, hey, can we set up a meeting? And I really didn't know what it was for. Like Anthony just came to me and he's like, hey, Darius wants to sit down and talk about
growing and moving forward.
How he can grow with us, and that was.
And it's been amazing, dude. It's only been like 4 or 5 months since we started that.
Yeah.
And has it been longer?
I don't even really know, dude.
Honestly, beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Has it only been? And dude, the numbers on that account are just amazing.
Yeah.
But why? Why do you want to start with them? Or why did you want to be like, hey, let's go further? Because I've seen a lot of people start it out the box, right? Mm-hmm. And then they sell and they sell and they sell, and then they're like, I'm out. Why should I give some of my money to this shop, right? Let me go do it on my own. Mm-hmm. You could have done that, right? But why didn't you?
And
well, no, it's like 4 years because he's been around since 2019. So I guess, do you think it's just based off of the relationship that we've had?
I was watching, man. Like I watch, observe, and, you see everything. You want to see things play out. You don't want to just hop in, because if you hop into something not knowing, you're going to fall on your face, and then you're going to back out because, that was your first experience, was you fell on your face.
Yeah.
So what I needed to learn on my own to see what I was capable of and finally, hey, I could do this, and once I could see I could do that, because I always wanted to run. I used to always go to a card shop in 2013. It's no longer there, Cards, Coins, and Comics in Arvada. I used to love going there because the card guy, and I'd always be trading in cards. I'd be sitting there opening boxes. It was fun. They had a little 10-cent section. I was like, dude, that's nice. Cool. And I was like, something I wanted to do. But now I'm like, all right, I have the luxury to do it with you guys, along with still being on my own, and
not really having a boss.
Exactly, because it's like, all right, if I was to go do a card shop and just get it paid, that would be it would ruin the love for it.
Yeah, and you're in a good pocket right now, because it's always good to be at a 9 to 5 and have a bunch of side hustles, and like how you said, you just got to sit there and observe, and then once one is ready to bloom, make that jump, dude. Don't ever be afraid to make that jump.
Surround yourself with positive people.
Yeah. Not
just hustlers, but positive people,
And that's where his question comes into play too, of why them? Because that was what I built and started to learn, man. I was like, whoa, I'm surrounded by, where I work now, I'm surrounded by people that have great ideas and stuff, but no one ever does any ideas, because why are we going to do the ideas? It's not going to benefit anyone.
No, and I know exactly how that feels, because I feel I've been in that situation at my other job. Well, let's do this. Well, that's stupid. It's not going to benefit us any. It's going to benefit the company.
Yeah.
But that's awesome.
It's cool. You get a nice work, a high five, and a smack on the cheeks, maybe.
That's about it.
And then slap on the cheeks. Take that to HR.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how your other company that you're working for would have felt about you getting an embroidery machine. I don't really know.
That's direct competition, right?
And it could be,
but my thing was, I'm like, do it, bro. Go do it. Run. Just get it done. Gave you a, finance it, do this, but get it done.
No one wanted to learn it. No one wants to do the machine. No one wants to do the work. And I'm like, I didn't want to do the work, because I'm like, I don't want to do projects. Why? But I'm like, all right, this is fun now.
And it's money. It's money, dude.
It's because it's now this is me. When I'm handing it to you, that's my artwork. That's
that's awesome,
I take pride in what I do. Same reason you guys take pride in what you do. And it's the people that take pride in what they do that you can see the growth in them.
Exactly. They stand out.
For sure.
Exactly.
And you can see the people that, it's about quality, and people are just about rushing and
about quantity. Everybody's about quantity, and, sometimes you got
quality. Yep. So, where can they find your embroidery again?
So Maestro Embroidery. Okay. Keep in mind, I just got started this.
You want to spell that? Because I'm sure that's kind of...
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So it's Maes, like my last name, and then TRO Embroidery.
Okay. So, and that's on Instagram, Facebook.
We're in the works. I'm in the works of getting all this. So I just started getting going.
So keep an eye out.
You're taking the right steps, because that's the first step direction. Is social media getting on there, Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're at the ice ring Monday through Fridays?
That's all over the place. So
okay, so go check out D over there at the ice rink.
If somebody wants to see that poster we were talking about, how do they go see that?
Go to the ice rink for now, man. Once we get my own office post up, we'll have it available for everyone.
We'll make you a new one, you know what I mean?
Dude, absolutely, man. Hey, and honestly, I'm going to hit you guys up, because you guys should make, because I want to get I want to make all my employees one, because they've been there a long time. So I could
let us know. Yeah, we'll get it.
Let's do it, yeah.
So I'll have them get me some movies, and then we can maybe do some.
Create some pretty cool, designs, so whatever. Hit us up.
Throw them in that new Garfield poster.
Give them a bigger one and be like, hey, look what
Get
we
the light box in the back.
Absolutely.
We'll give you like a 6-foot poster. No shit.
We got you.
All right.
So I got one final question for you.
What's up, buddy?
So if you could tell yourself something, or tell yourself 7 years ago when you first started this whole scenario, what would it be? What kind of advice would you tell yourself?
Honestly, man, that's a good question. I don't know if I could tell myself anything, but I could.
Not yet.
No, but I could be like, hey, all the bumps in the road, all the, getting smacked down on the ground, all to the point where you have absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Take that as an awakening to be like, hey, like, everything's presented as a reason. Like, don't be woe is me. Like, everyone gets smacked, everyone gets hit. It's what you're going to do with it. If you sit there, woe is me, then you're never going to grow.
Yep.
And
those that grow the most are the ones that can fail and keep going.
Yeah,
exactly.
get back up and get back
That's some
on the
good
horse.
advice.
So,
Yeah, man. Right on for being on the show.
yeah, man, I
Yeah,
appreciate
it
it.
for coming
So,
in.
Yep.
If you ask me for part 2, I'll bring Wookiee
Yeah,
jacket.
yeah,
we
most
gotta see
definitely.
that.
Just the Wookiee jacket. We
Just
don't want
the
nothing
Wookiee,
else.
yeah.
I
yeah.
won't shave so it
Yeah.
matches,
This
right?
is the casting couch,
Yeah.
Right.
Only show up with just that and nothing else. So
Hell yeah.
And I want you to make the noise, though.
All right.
Yeah.
practice.
Practice it.
Here,
Every
give us,
so- every
give
so
us a
often.
noise now, and then on number 2.
Oh,
Right?
they get bright.
We can program it in there for you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hit
somebody
the
opens-
button.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on. We really appreciate your time. And, once again, go see him at Out the Box.
Mondays Fridays and Sundays, right?
Yeah,
Fridays and
yeah,
Sundays.
if you want to sell, and
Yeah.
hit him up for some embroidery if you need anything.
Yeah, man. Like I said, I'll have these available. We'll be doing some custom.
That's what I like about his stuff, too. It
Halloween,
always has
man.
multiple locations.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We'll be
that's
doing
awesome.
random
Point.
stuff, man. It's my own
Nice.
stuff. It's not to take over anyone else's stuff. So,
Oh, yeah. That's what's
hell
up.
yeah, you guys.
Oh, yeah.
No, this world's big enough for us all. So
Exactly,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
It is. Don't get intimidated.
Yep.
keep pushing, and rise and grind.
All right, let's end it at
too.
that. Let's
That's it.
Cheer.
keep pussing. I'm going to make a shirt of that now.
Oh, keep pussing?
Yeah, keep pussing.
Keep us-
Rise and grind.